to the MCU. So Spider-Man, the web slinger, the friendly neighbourhood kid who's been rebooted more times than your Wi-Fi. But somehow, Marvel absolutely brought it home with Homecoming. This wasn't just another Spider-Man film. It was Marvel's chance to prove that they could take on one of the most iconic characters in comic book history and give him a proper home inside the MCU. They didn't just succeed, they gave us one of the most grounded, charming and fun entries in the entire franchise. Today we are talking about Spider-Man Homecoming, why it's near perfect reboot, why Tom Holland for me is the best Spider-Man, and why despite all of its strengths, it lands a solid but not perfect 4 stars on the Gedgehammer scale. But let's get into it and I'll tell you why. So this film picks up shortly after the airport showdown in Civil War. Peter Parker has returned home to Queens. He's buzzing with excitement, he's tasted the big leagues, he's fought alongside the Avengers and against the Avengers, and now he's back in high school, sitting in chemistry class, waiting for Tony to call. That's the first smart move that this film makes. It doesn't make Peter a world-saving superhero. He's just a kid, like we all were, trying to figure it all out. He's navigating school, friendships, awkward crushes, and stopping bike thieves and helping little lost old ladies. The real meat of the story kicks off when Peter stumbles across a weapons deal involving alien tech. And this leads him to Adrian Toomes, the Vulture, a former salvage worker turned arms dealer after the government, specifically Tony Stark's cleanup crew, put him out of business. So right there, you've got this grounded blue-collar villain with a genuine grudge, and that changes the whole dynamic of the story. This isn't some galaxy-ending threat. This isn't Thanos or Ultron. It's just one man using scavenged alien tech to build a business and take care of his family. And somehow that makes him far more compelling as a villain. The Tony Stark hurt me years ago and now I'm a bad guy. It sort of works here. It really does, and I think they use that really well. But we have to talk about Tom Holland because this film doesn't work without him. His performance is perfect. He brings the awkward teenage energy, the relentless optimism, and the quick-witted humour. And most importantly, the heart that defines Spider-Man. You truly believe that this kid is just trying to do the right thing. He's constantly in over his head, but he never breaks down. Whether he's scolded by Tony Stark, whether he's panicking at a party, or literally trapped under rubble, sobbing for help, you feel every beat of it. There's a purity in Holland's performance that we hadn't seen before. Tobey Maguire gave us the nostalgia and sincerity. Andrew Garfield gave us the edge and the style. But Tom, he found that balance. He feels like a kid, and he embodies Peter Parker. And the movie takes its time with him. It doesn't rush his growth. He makes mistakes, big one. He lies, and it serves to make his eventual rise so much more satisfying and to fully earn his Spider-Man suit. Let's talk about Tony. There was a lot of worry before this came out that Homecoming would end up being an Iron Man 4, that Tony would overshadow Peter, that the film would lose its identity, but they handled this whole situation beautifully. Tony is used sparingly and effectively. He's the mentor, not the co-star. He checks in, he challenges Peter. He even disappoints him, but every time Tony appears, it is to push Peter further along in his journey. And it accumulates in one of the film's best emotional beats. When he took the suit away, if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it. It hits hard. It's a lesson that Peter needed. And it's also start reflecting on his own arc. From cave-built armour to becoming that father figure, this dynamic adds real depth to the story. It makes the emotional payoff hit harder. It makes Peter's triumph feel earned, and it gives Tony one of his most important roles in the MCU. Not as a genius, billionaire, playboy philanthropist, but as a teacher and a father figure to this kid. Now, I do have to salute one of the most underrated villains in the MCU. Michael Keaton's Adrian Toomes, the Vulture. From his very first scene, you're in. The guy's got screwed over. He did everything by the book and he lost. Everything because the rich and powerful swooped in and cleaned up. So he adopted, he survived. And yeah, he's crossed the line, but the film makes you understand why he's done that. Keaton plays him with this calm menace. He doesn't need to shout or go full supervillain. He's just as scary, and never more than in the homecoming car ride. That scene, that perfect, uncomfortable, skin-crawling moment when Peter realises that his date's dad is the Vulture, and Toom figures out, mid-conversation, the vice versa. The way Keaton turns his head and slowly says, "I'll kill you and everyone you love." You could hear the air just leaving the cinema. It's one of the MCU's best non-action sequences, just two people in a car, and it's pure dread. It proves that good writing and acting can elevate even a smaller scale scene, and it's unforgettable. This film does a super job with its supporting cast. Ned is instantly iconic, the guy in the chair we never knew that we needed. He's funny, loyal, and gives Peter a real sense of connection. Their friendship is super authentic, and it's what we love to see. Zendaya as MJ. It's a bold move. She's snarky, observant, and doesn't care about popularity, and it completely works. She's not trying to be the traditional romantic interest, and that's the beauty of it. We want more, and we get more, and it's fantastic. Can't forget about Aunt May, Marissa Tomei. She brings fun and energy to the role, and her discovering Peter in the suit was the perfect punchline to end the film. So simple, yet so effective. What Homecoming does so well is it gives us a Spider-Man who feels real. He's not swinging through skyscrapers every second. He's at school, he's at detention, he's late for class. There's a very John Hughes tone to it all. Like Ferris Bueller meets Iron Man, and it keeps the whole film grounded in a way that the MCU often avoids. This is colourful, it's full of charm, and it feels like New York. And that matters because New York is massive for this character. Now I know I've given it 4. So why only 4? Well, because great doesn't always mean perfect. There's nothing majorly wrong with this film. The pacing is solid, the performances are excellent, the tone is consistent, the action is fun, if not overly flashy, but it doesn't have that extra punch that pushes this movie into a legendary movie. It's not a Guardians 3, it's not an Infinity War, it doesn't reinvent the genre or deliver a moment that made me lose it. But what it does do is its job, and very, very well. It reintroduces Spidey and it connects him to the MCU, and it gives us a fresh, lovable Peter Parker. And it reminds us that the best superhero stories aren't always about saving the world. Sometimes they are about saving a bridge, a neighbourhood deli, or even just your date getting out to the dance. It is a top tier Marvel film, but it's not at the top of the mountain. I just couldn't get it there. I'm sorry. In the end, Spider-Man Homecoming for me is a triumph in restraint and character. Tom Holland delivers a pitch-perfect performance. Michael Keaton gives us a villain we actually understand. The high school setting breathes new life into this MCU formula, and the emotional growth of Peter Parker is real, it's earned, and it is super satisfying. This movie is super fun, it's sharp, and it's heartfelt, and it sets the stage beautifully for the trilogy to come. We've got Brand New Day coming as well. But on the Gedgehammer scale, it swings confidently into a 4-star rating. Not because it's lacking, but because we saved the 5s for the absolute game changers. This is pretty damn close. But let me know what your thoughts are. Is this your favourite Spider-Man movie? Where does Tom Holland rank for you? Do you miss Toby? Were you Team Andrew? Let me know. Drop your comments below. Please smash that like button and do not forget to subscribe, because with great movies comes great responsibility, and my responsibility is to talk about them. However, guys, thank you again for joining me on this journey. I'm absolutely loving it. Cannot wait for what we've got coming up. We've got the Dark Knight trilogy that's coming. We've got the Fantastic Four First Steps review coming. We've got more horror movies coming, because that is, people were loving those. So let's get more of those out there. But as always, guys, please keep on smashing. You know what it is. Have an amazing day. I'll see you on the next one.